What's going on? It's your boy Sheep, the hype. Dude, I am so excited for tonight. We got 6 episodes of Tales of the Jedi and the episode 8 of Andor. It's a great time to be alive. It's a great time to be a Star Wars fans. Let's get it. Let's do it. Welcome all. Make sure to subscribe if you are new to the channel. I am friggin' excited too, Kev. I'm friggin' excited too. It is about to be a freaking great night for Star Wars. A great night to be a Star Wars fan. It's good. It's gonna be exciting, man. It's cool to actually get two different Star Wars projects in the same night. And Kev, welcome to the accolades, my friend. Thank you for joining Vader's Lair's membership. We gotta get going on some of those member perks lately. I know we got a few things already. If you want to become a member, you definitely get some pretty dope emojis, especially right now for Andor. We're gonna add some more. Heck, I might try to add some Tales of the Jedi ones tonight for the watch party later. That might be a good use of my time. But thank you, Kev, for the membership. I appreciate it. Let's get it going though. Let's talk about what we might see. And since you guys voted on Tales of the Jedi first, that's what we're watching first tonight between our 2 watch parties. Let's make sure. We're gonna probably talk about that first, but let's make sure. Let's get excited for it, man. It's dope to get some animated projects alongside the live action. And while a lot of people are probably going to be focused on the numbers of what the two do side by side together, and I'm actually curious myself which one is going to have a higher viewership. I'm excited for both, man. Who cares? Let's get the hype rolling. I hope everybody tunes in for both, because Tales of the Jedi is going to be something special, man. This has been a project that was kind of a special project for a long time. We only found out about it at Celebration earlier this year, so the fact that they're able to keep it kind of quiet like that for a while, it's pretty friggin' dope, man. And Jedi Mike, welcome to the dark side. Thank you for joining the Vader's Lair membership, my friend. Star Wars Game says sup. I'm a huge Clone Wars fan, so tonight's gonna be really nostalgic for me, bro. Me too. For those of you guys that don't know, I grew up with the Clone Wars. It's some of the best Star Wars ever. Some great storytelling, and it really shows how Star Wars can be so many different stories. And tonight with Tales of the Jedi, we're getting 6 additional kind of Clone Wars stories, if you will. These are going to be some of the best stories I think we've ever gotten within the Clone Wars, within animated Star Wars, which itself is some of the best Star Wars there is. So 6 different episodes for Tales of the Jedi, 3 following Ahsoka, 3 following Count Dooku, and I cannot wait for this, man. We're gonna watch basically the fall of 2 different Jedi in a way, and while Ahsoka definitely doesn't really fall, she kind of ascends above the Jedi. We see the kind of polar opposites between Ahsoka and Count Dooku in tonight's story, seeing how Dooku becomes a fallen Jedi and Ahsoka ascends above them. How's everybody doing in the chat though? Dale Erdman, welcome to the Acolytes. Thank you for joining the membership. Welcome to the dark side. These are your first steps. Indeed, Aaron Tomato. I gotta mute my computer. You've taken your first steps into a larger world. Indeed. Welcome, Smalls. Everybody in the chat's gotta get that memberships. Look at this. Bunch of members in the house. Alright, so with Tales of the Jedi though, the first, I don't want to spoil anything because I do actually know what is going to happen in a lot of tonight's Tales of the Jedi episodes, but I'm going to keep it spoiler free here and kind of just get you guys excited from what the trailers and everything basically have put out there. So the Ahsoka story, I'm not sure which one's going to be first. I think Count Dooku's story might be first. It would be chronologically, so I kind of hope we get Count Dooku's first. I'm almost more excited for the Count Dooku one. But with the Ahsoka episodes, I think we're going to start with kind of an episode introducing us to Ahsoka and her mom and her people, really, I guess, and seeing how the Jedi kind of bring her in, or her people like realize that she's force sensitive and she's to become a Jedi. So that's gonna be kind of the first episode. I don't know how far we're gonna get into that, whether we're gonna see a lot of young Ahsoka or if it's just gonna be kind of, you know, a 10-15 minute kind of thing. But with that, I'm excited to see young Ahsoka from the trailers and all of that. I think it'll be really cute, and then getting kind of more of a Clone Wars story with her. It's cool to see kind of a, I don't want to say like it's not obviously pre-Attack of the Clones, but it's post-Attack of the Clones, pre-Clone Wars, I guess. I don't know. It's like a shorter-haired Anakin, and I'm intrigued to see this story with Ahsoka and that. And I think there could be some special stuff in that episode, including some almost additional Clone Wars stuff. And then we're gonna get kind of a, I guess, last episode. I'm really intrigued with this last Ahsoka episode. I don't know too much about the story because it's going to kind of follow some of the Ahsoka book stuff. It seems like we're getting kind of a acolyte kind of a character, or I guess you could say a from the trailer, what is it called? An Inquisitor. I don't know why I couldn't think of it. But we're getting an Inquisitor, it seems like, which was from the Ahsoka novel. So I don't know how much they're going to switch it up there, but it's super exciting to see some of that. And as far as Dooku's episodes, I think that we're going to get some of Dooku's fall and just seeing him edge closer and closer to the dark side. It would be really, really cool to get some scenes between him and Palpatine talking a little bit. You know, your boy Sheev would get super, super stoked if that were to happen. And other than that, I think just seeing the dynamic between Dooku and his student Qui-Gon in one of the episodes could be really cool. We do know Liam Neeson is supposed to be playing kind of an older Qui-Gon, and then his son is actually voicing the younger Qui-Gon in one of the episodes. So that's going to be really cool to see the two different Qui-Gons and Qui-Gon kind of growing up and learning from Dooku. This is something that we've only really gotten in books before, and it's the first thing in live action or animation that we've got that's actually predates the prequels even. So Tales of the Jedi doing some kind of groundbreaking Star Wars stuff here, and I'm super, super excited to get into it. Okay, you might be real. Nice. What up, Bets? How about Andor? Are we up all night? Dude, all night, my guy. Yes, I'm hyped for Andor episode 7. We're in episode 8. I'm hyped for Andor episode 8, my man. I don't know why I keep glitching out. I keep seeing myself glitch out. My computer's apparently doing too much. It's alright, computer. You relax, okay? It's definitely gonna be a good night, though. Andor episode 8. Let's get into that a little bit here. Real quick, I'm gonna get into some of the chat. Jedi Mike says, I'm excited for Ahsoka's mom, not OT like that. You nerf her. Come on, Jedi Mike. Steve Sorenka says, love this remix you got playing. Ding ding, lol. You talking about the GOAT Tim's beat? Tim got the best beat in the town, my man. Hey, computer, stay on target. Yeah, come on, computer. All right, staying on target. Let's do that. Let's talk about Andor episode 8 a little bit, because the way that episode 7 ended was kind of a shock to me. I don't know about you guys, but seeing Andor get arrested, having a 6-year sentence, because in the beginning of the episode, the Empire kind of upped the sentencing, making crimes like more serious, or, you know, the punishment was outweighing the crime in the Empire based on what Andor did with the heist on Aldhani, right? So he just happens to be at the wrong place at the wrong time, gets arrested, and is now put in prison for 6 years. 6 years. And obviously he's not going to stay in there, because we know that in about 5 years is when Rogue One takes place, or about 4 years maybe even. So going forward like this, I don't know, man. On a 6-year sentence, my man didn't budge. He was like, what? Dude, that ending was ridiculous to me. I was like, there's no way. So that really shocked me. I honestly don't know where this next 3-episode arc of Andor is going to be going. I'm interested to see what he does in prison, who he interacts with in prison. I think that we could get some more Mon Mothma scenes in the Senate. That would be really cool. Maybe we're done with that, but I don't know, man. Some more Mon Mothma would definitely be the way, in my opinion, especially the way she's been acting in the past couple of episodes. You know what I mean? Baymax says, expecting this to be a slower setup episode for the start of the 3-part arc. I hope we see Palpatine address the Senate. So I don't know if we're gonna actually see Palpatine in tonight's episode. That's a good. So obviously I'm talking about the Mon Mothma stuff. If we do see the Senate, I imagine Mas Amedda, the Vizier, will be seen. Maybe even Sly Moore. That'd be kind of cool. Palpatine, though, I feel like Palpatine, I really don't know. I'm conflicted with it. I feel like if he's addressing the Senate, it might just be a hologram of the Sheev he wants people to see, kind of like within Star Wars Rebels. I've talked about this before, but I don't know if it's going to really be that old, decrepit man that we know. You know what I mean? It's not going to be the Sheev, the evil, you know. It's going to be kind of the kind projection of Palpatine that he wants people to see. He's still going to be the same old ruthless dude with what he's saying and talking about. Like, he's going to be like, you worry about these people. What is it? The Gorman or the Gorman? I can't remember. The Gorman massacre, right? He's going to be like, F them Gormans. Give me hollow palps. That'll do fine. Hey, it works for me too. It works for me too. Bet says, well, it's not just Mon Mothma anymore, but also Tay Kolma. Yeah, that's right. The dude. So I'm wondering what's going to happen to Tay Kolma, because obviously we don't see him in the original trilogy. You would think he would be a big part of the rebellion. Kind of wondering if maybe Mon Mothma's husband has been spying on her for the Empire. He seems to be friends with some very shady people. I wouldn't be surprised if the husband sells out Mon Mothma to protect his daughter or whatever he thinks he's supposed to do for the betterment of the Empire. You know what I mean? I wouldn't be surprised if he sells her out and then even gets Tay Kolma killed. That would be that would suck. But that would also be probably the tipping point for Mon Mothma to really go all in for the rebellion. Andor hype. Yeah, dude, I like Tay Kolma. He's a very interesting character. Pop/Vader for 2-part finale, my guess. Ooh, dude, that would be wild. I don't know if we're going to see Vader in this series. It definitely could be possible, especially because obviously he showed up in Rogue One. Could we actually see him in the Andor series? I don't know. It'll take some time to get to that. I think if he does show up at the end of season 1, it would be pretty wild, though. Greatest scene so far? Dude, it definitely was. Mommy didn't say don't trust Perrin. Did say don't trust Perrin. Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, Perrin's about to be the little rat. He's the mole. That's what I believe, says Kevin. There's something bad going around with Perrin, I'm telling you. Steve says, I'm still so convinced he turns into Chancellor Valorum. And then now we know Valorum was a spy the whole time for the Mothma. I'm dead. You know what was funny? I've watched episode 7 a couple times now, and actually with one of the scenes with Tay Kolma, we actually hear someone in the background say Valorum, and I wonder if that's just a nod to the fans thinking it was Valorum in the episode and they threw it in after. But I almost distinctly hear Valorum every time I watch it, so it's very possible Vader. I don't know. Like it would take. I mean, I guess it could get to that point if, you know, the ISB is just failing over and over trying to capture Andor at some point, and Palpatine just sends his dog. Go, Vader, kill him, do it. Perry the platypus. Perrin the platypus. No, we like Perry the platypus. Perrin the snitchopus? I don't know what to say for that one. Rest in peace, Tim. No, never. Boo Tim with 2 M's. You did, Valorum. It was there. Yeah, I'm telling you, Bets. I definitely heard Valorum. Timmy had it coming. Rest in peace, Wade. That's for sure. All right. Perrin is as bad as Tim. You're not wrong. They're both snitches. Snitches get stitches. So, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if Perrin even meets a similar fate to Tim. Him just kind of snitching on Mon Mothma, and then it leads to, you know, potentially him getting killed. I don't know. We don't see Perrin in the OT either, so... Yes, he did. It wasn't even political, just jealousy. Yeah. Yep. And that's what jealousy will do. So, what are you guys more excited for tonight? I gotta be the devil's advocate here. Are we more excited for Tales of the Jedi or Andor? Personally, since I found out what Tales of the Jedi actually was at Celebration, I've been so excited for it, man. I mean, literally the night before the announcement of Tales of the Jedi, I, you know, told Ashley Eckstein, I'm like, I know Matt Lanter is in a secret project because the Kiner brothers had talked about it. Matt Lanter had talked about the secret Tales of the Jedi project. They didn't even say what it was called at the time, but they talked about the secret big, you know, animated project they're working on. And I told Ashley, I'm like, I hope I see you in an animated project again soon. I heard Matt Lanter was. I hope you're in something soon. And she's like, almost shocked. She's like, oh, like, well, thank you. I am so excited for Tales of the Jedi. More Ahsoka, more Dooku, these more Clone Wars, man. This animation style, I can't get enough of it. I love Rebels. I love Clone Wars. Star Wars animation is my whole vibe, man. It's my thing. So I of course, I'm a little biased here. A little bit more excited for Tales of the Jedi. But what about you guys? Soggy Quaver? Soggy Quaver? Did I say that right? What time will Tales of the Jedi drop? As far as I know, Andor and Tales of the Jedi should drop at the same time. They should drop at midnight tonight, Pacific Standard Time, at least 3 a.m. if you're on the East Coast. I think 8 a.m. in the European area. Correct me if I'm wrong there. But it should drop at midnight Pacific Standard Time along with Andor. So the two are dropping congruently, and that's kind of why I'm asking here. What are you guys more excited for? Personally, on the channel, we already discussed it a little bit last week. I mean, maybe we'll revote it, but the majority of people wanted to watch Tales of the Jedi first, and I kind of do too. So we're going to watch Tales of the Jedi first, all 6 episodes, and then around... That'll probably take us an hour and a half, I think. I'm not sure exactly how long Tales of the Jedi will be. It's 6 episodes, probably 15 to 30 minutes each, I would guess. So I'm going to say 30 minutes is probably even longer than most of them are. So I'm going to say probably an hour and a half, 2 hours at the most for Tales of the Jedi. So we should be able to watch... If we do, you know, Tales of the Jedi, then Andor episode 8, we should watch Andor around 2 a.m., close to there. Maybe a little sooner, hopefully. There's a business reason why they are doing a double release. Is there? I honestly don't know what the reason is for doing the double release, but I'm for it, man. I'm all for it. I mean, part of it is the Andor is 12 episodes, and even though they dropped 3, that's still 3 in one night. It's still 9 whole weeks that they're doing it, which is a long time. And Tales of the Jedi, it just makes more sense to drop the 6 episode show all at once. So it's cool. It's really cool to get live action and animated Star Wars together. Quavers are British crisps, chips. Dude, I had no idea. Soggy chips. That's funny. Well, I know that you guys call chips, French fries are really chips, right? Or are those crisps? See, I'm all confused already. TV, phone, and iPad for the win. Let's go, Smalls. Dude, trust me, bro. Let's go. 3 screens? Of course. Of course. Baymax says they're about 15 minutes on average. Okay, so 15 times 6. Jeez, you got to give me a minute there to do that, man. No, hold on. It's about, okay. So yeah, about an hour 20, hour 30 minutes, I'd say. Maybe hour 40 at the most. For the stream, at least. You know what I mean? Wine gums? Chips are French fries. Okay, I thought so. So I thought crisps were chips. I guess it's quavers. There you go. Soggy quavers. Everybody. French fries equals chips. Lay's, etc. equals crisps. Alright. We've got that figured out. Now let's figure out what the heck these Andor prisoners could be doing. Because I have a little theory that the Andor prisoners could be working on the Death Star. I don't know. I'm not sure. But that would be pretty friggin' wild if we see Andor working and being a part of the construction of the Death Star 4 years before he even knows what it is. You know what I mean? And maybe this is part of the whole reason why he's part of that thing, so dedicated to taking it down and taking down the Empire. I don't know. But I think in terms of Andor really joining the cause, I wouldn't be surprised if while he's in prison, he reads that manifesto. I hope he does. He might not have it on him. They might have taken it from him. But I hope he read the manifesto, or he's going to in prison. And then I think what's really going to push him over the edge is I think by the end of the season, he's going to be going back to Ferrix, which is his hometown, with his mom and all those people. And his mom is likely going to give her life for the rebellion. And that's really going to solidify him to joining the rebel cause and becoming the rebel that he does. So entrenched in taking down the Empire. You know what I mean? Getting shipped to Kessel or something? I don't know. That's... So, if you're talking about the Death Star project and parts and whatnot, there could be a lot of stuff going on with that in terms of the prison and everything. Unless you're talking about the prisoners themselves, not sure. Negative Ghost Rider, the pattern is full. The key is Luthen. Luthen is definitely the key, apparently, to everything. Dude, Luthen is probably the coolest character they've brought into Andor so far. I'm loving Luthen. He's crazy. Rest in peace, Marva. That's what I'm saying, man. Reply to Ashton. Where was Ashton? He says, I'm not trying to spam the chat with the same question. I'm just wondering, but Sheev, you trying to get down on some Battlefront or Ghost of Tsushima before the shows? I'm definitely probably down. I'll keep you posted, my friend. I'm definitely probably down. I'll let you know. I don't know. It's been a crazy couple of days. Stardust? Yes. I do. So, with that whole thing, I've been saying this whole time, what if Thrawn shows up? I don't know if he will. I really want him to. I really want the blue man to show up. Give me some Thrawn. I'm willing to admit defeat here. I don't think we're probably getting Thrawn this season in Star Wars Andor. But I think we can get him in season 2. Come on. So maybe we build there little by little. We already saw Yularen. Getting a little bit more of Yularen would be kind of cool. Even seeing him interacting with Deidre a little bit. I'm excited to see where Deidre's story goes and how Cyril Karn gets brought kind of more into the ISB. Doesn't seem like he likes his job so much. I wouldn't be surprised if a big part of tonight's episode is following Cyril's next job hunt. And I'm down for it, man. Where's the puppy, bro? Puppy went sleepies. So, in case you guys are wondering what Smalls is talking about, we did recently get a new puppy. So, Puppy went sleepy. So if you do want to see the puppy, she's in the Discord, which is in the link in the description below. If you want to hang out with some Star Wars fans just like yourself, get notified every time that we go live, and just get some announcements every time there's an upcoming thing going on with the channel. Your place to be is the Discord, so go check it out, go join it, and plus you get to see a picture of a puppy. Congrats, thank you. What kind of pup? It's a, I think it's a Staffordshire Terrier, which is a breed of pit bull, but I'm not exactly sure. She might be a Beagle mix. I really have no idea. She is like a pit bull, though, to put it more simply. Join Discord for cute puppy. There it is. If you guys want to join, the link is right there. I'm gonna pin it into the chat. What about Kallus, says Steve Staranka? Dude, that's a great question. Could we see Kallus in Star Wars Andor? Well, seeing Admiral or Colonel Yularen, it's possible. It's definitely possible. Yularen could have potentially been teaching Kallus at this point, or he could have already. He is obviously a member and a pretty important member of the ISB, so I would not doubt at all seeing him pop up on Coruscant at one point. It makes a lot of sense for a lot of Imperials to potentially show up in the show. It's almost kind of weird that more haven't. It's weird that we haven't seen like Tarkin and other people, and maybe we haven't gotten to a big enough event for the whole Empire to be like, what the heck? Like the Aldhani thing was getting there. You know what I mean? But I feel like a prison break and something else big happening, that's like, you know, that's gonna grab the attention. Plus, like, all of these events happening one after another, the Empire is gonna be like, what the hell's going on? So I think as we get closer to the end of the season, more and more of these big name players, I guess you could say, of the Empire, the Tarkins, the Thrawns potentially, I hope, maybe, you know, the put it a little smaller, the Yularens already are showing up from just that. The Kalluses, the Emperor himself, maybe. Pitbull gang. I love Pitts as well, Ashhammer. I love Pitts as well. Soggy Quaver says, think we will see the Emperor addressing the Senate about the heist because you know that makes them look weak. So the Empire will need to cover up some BS. Possibly. And while it could definitely be the actual Emperor, maybe it's just the Vizier, like I was talking about. I don't know. That would be that could definitely make sense. Especially because that would probably be the next like Senate meeting after the last one. I'm almost wondering if we see the ending of the Senate, the disbanding of the Senate. And I don't know if that'll be tonight. That might be something that happens in like the last arc. So not this arc, but maybe the next one. So I think at one point during my, Star Wars research, do it all the time, but I was on Wikipedia and I believe the disbanding of the Senate takes place in 5 BBY, which is the year that this all is taking place. I feel like part of the big climactic thing that we're leading to with Mon Mothma's story here is, yes, her leaving the Empire, but also the disbanding of the Senate potentially, which would be pretty freaking wild to see. I don't know exactly how that would go down, but it could be pretty wild. The Senate gets disbanded in A New Hope, right? I believe it takes place before that, actually. A New Hope takes place in 0 BBY, or 0 ABY, whichever way you want to look at that. Basically, BBY stands for Before the Battle of Yavin, which takes place in A New Hope, to your point. The disbanding of the Senate, as far as I know, takes place around this time period of Andor. Emperor did off Ezra's parents and group. They were probably... Dude, that's a great thing that you just brought up there. Dude, trust me, bro. So he says, Emperor did off Ezra's parents and group. They were with probably trying to get him turned LOL. So, I know you're kind of maybe joking there. I'm not 100%. And also, my brain is discombobulated. But someone had brought up on YouTube the prospect of Andor being in the same prison as Ezra's parents. So for those of you guys that have seen Star Wars Rebels, which I'm sure a lot of you have, Ezra's parents obviously were arrested by the Empire, and they're in prison for most of his life from the time he's in 7 years old. So they're in this prison. What if it's the same prison that Andor gets taken to? And what if, the big prison break that ends leading to their deaths? What if they end up helping Andor escape in one of these upcoming episodes, and they end up paying the price for it, but their sacrifice allows Andor to escape and eventually to get the plans of the Death Star, and that, eventually leads to Luke blowing up the Death Star and the Rebels having the chance, you know what I mean? Could have worded that better. No, you're good. I think it's like 2 to 3 BBY, potentially. Beth says the Senate is already self-disbanding. Yeah, no, a lot of the people were like walking out of there, to your point, you know what I mean? It didn't even look like a lot of people were in the Senate, the one scene that we did see it. Good to see you in the chat, by the way, Ronnie. Feed Rocket, good to see you too. I love that theory, Smalls. Ezra's parents at the prison. Thank you. Okay, so Smalls brought that up too. The GOAT Smalls. It'll make sense, to be honest, if they write it on a point. Yes. It definitely would be really cool. Bridgers were arrested when Ezra was 6, so about 13 BBY. Do they live that long to 5 BBY? They do. As far as I know, they do live in prison for quite a long time. They actually left Zebo which is the, I think Neimoidian? Gosh, no, it's not Neimoidian. It's the same thing as Greedo. I can't remember. Roidian. Zebo the Roidian was left to follow Ezra Bridger or keep an eye on him, and he ended up not being able to do that. But yeah, I do believe they lived that long because Ryder Azadi, I believe, which was the former governor of Lothal, he was arrested alongside them or with them, with the Bridgers, and he was able to escape with their help, and that's actually how Ezra found out about the fate of his parents, was through Ryder Azadi, which happens actually further along in the Rebels timeline. Actually, well, I don't know exactly what year that happens, but it probably happens around the same time as Andor, obviously, because Andor takes place within this whole time and everything. I wouldn't even be surprised if there's a little bit of a time jump. I didn't think there would be at any point in the season, but I would not be surprised if there's a little bit of time jump here with him in prison and everything. I don't think he's just going to go into prison and break out right away. I think he's going to be in there for a little bit. A little bit. Not obviously not 6 years. This would be wild. The fish dude. The grish fish. The Rhodians. Those darn Rhodian fish people. Hey, I'll see you soon, Bet. 6 months? Yeah, a couple months for sure. Which, if it is a couple months, again, I would not be surprised if that leads into the Bridgers eventually helping him escape. Pretty cool fan theory I've seen going out there. And shout out to Smalls for bringing it up in the chat. Don says that's probably the small time jump that they've talked about. It could be. I don't even remember them talking about a small time jump, but that could be the case. See, it's hard for me to get into the Tales of the Jedi stuff because, I mean, one person that we can talk about that I don't think I did with Tales of the Jedi, just to switch gears for a sec. Tales of the Jedi is going to have Yaddle in the Dooku story, and it's actually going to be voiced by Bryce Dallas Howard. I don't know if I brought this up with you guys yet or not. I think I didn't. But Bryce Dallas Howard, obviously one of the directors for The Mandalorian, a pretty solid actress from a couple of movies, but in particular the Jurassic World series. She's great, man. I love Bryce Dallas Howard. I love her directing, and I think she's going to knock it out of the park with the voice of Yaddle. I'm excited to see her performance. Shh. Dude, trust me, bro. I'm watching you. Keep the chat spoiler free. Keep them spoiler free, my guy. Let me just... She's also... Oh, yeah, well, Kev, you're not wrong there. No, you're good. You're good. I'm excited to see Yaddle, though. I mean, there's been a lot of talk about Yaddle and different things, obviously, on Twitter and different spaces. Dude, yeah, Bryce Dallas Howard's great. I mean, her dad's a freaking legend, too. He did a great job with Solo and everything. The parts that he worked on. Do you think Yaddle will become a dinosaur trainer after she retires? I hope so. Protect Yaddle at all costs. Small says, and there's news on the new movie. Okay, so I don't know too much about this. There has been a little bit of Star Wars news circulating out there. So apparently Lucasfilm announced a new movie or didn't announce. I really don't know. See, I didn't even look into it too much yet. Life's been crazy, man. Apparently Lucasfilm announced a new movie, and I saw some other articles and stuff saying that they were trying to tell Kathy to stop announcing stuff. I don't believe that. I don't believe that's... I don't know what all the jumping of the guns is with all the announcements, but... Come on. In other news, though, there was a movie that apparently was announced. I'm not too sure who's attached to it. I can look into it soon. Have some more info for you guys later if you want. But yeah, I don't know too much about it at this point. Either way, I don't think a Star Wars movie is coming for quite some time, as they're kind of going full force for the Disney Plus shows. I think the Star Wars Disney Plus shows have been great so far, man. So I'm for the ride. I'm here for it, man. I'm strapped in. I'm ready to go. Whenever there's a movie, there will be a movie, and I'm here for it, man. A post episode 9 period, not episode 10 though. So kind of what Rogue Squadron was supposed to be in terms of the time period. Interesting. I'm just hurt by the idea of it. Says, dude, trust me, bro. No, don't. No, I'm not gonna ban you. I'm just kidding, bro. I was kidding. Soggy Quaver says, you think Andor will tie into Rebels because the Mothma... Because Mothma is the main player in the show, and remember the episode where they have to help Mon Mothma escape the Senate. I had no clue how to word this. You might be onto something, my friend. You definitely might be onto something. So that definitely does happen in Rebels, and I have for a long time believed that Andor and Rebels could be tied in. Even Andor and Bad Batch I felt like could be tied in, but that's a whole nother story. So Andor and Rebels actually chronologically take place during the same time, which is super dope. They take place within the same 5-year kind of period, 4 to 5 year period of leading up basically to A New Hope. So I definitely 100% in my heart believe that the Rebels characters at some point could show up in Andor. At least some of them. I truly believe that. It also makes sense as they would be another Rebel cell. There's probably other stories with them that we did not see during the Rebels show. I mean, there's a lot of little time jumps and things that happen throughout the Rebels show. So who knows? Maybe there's a story with them involving Andor that we haven't seen in animation, but we could potentially see in live action. I don't know if they're actually going to do that. If we did see them in season 1, Ezra Bridger might not quite be around yet. I'm not sure. But there has been some hints to them already, including one with the Kessel adventure in the first couple of episodes of Star Wars Rebels. The Gross Crew will be in season 2. 10 out of 10, says Smalls. I'm all for it. Season 2 is primarily the same time period as Rebels, so do it, I say. They already had so many connections in Rogue One too. Like, you gotta do it. You gotta do it, Tony. Love to see that, says OG. Me too. Great question, Soggy Quavers. No, I knew exactly what you're saying, by the way. You don't have to worry about how to word it, man. I can't word anything. My brain is it's discombobulated. 4 likes, 28 watching. Just saying, get on over to the thumb. Do it. Smash that like button, guys. It really helps us out. Alright, Kev says, I'm gonna head to the bed, guys. I'm gonna watch the stream when I'm watching both Andor and Tales of the Jedi. Hope everyone has a great night. Do it. Much love to you, Kev. Thank you again for joining the membership. All right, I gotta ask. I asked earlier, but I didn't get enough responses. Everybody in the chat, let me know right now. What are you watching first? Andor or Tales of the Jedi? What are you watching first? I'm gonna do a poll, so my bad. Andor. Where's the A? Andor or Tales of the Jedi? I mean, it might be skewed because a lot of people here are going to be watching with us, but what are you watching first? Andor or Tales of the Jedi? Let me know down in the chat and then in the poll that we just put up. Tales, baby, says Kev. Let's go. Tales first, says Tim. Jedi Mike says Pole Town, USA. Indeed, but what was your answer, my friend? Tales, then Andor for Jedi Mike as well. Tales, final answer, says Andor. Or says Aaron. Andor, says Baymax. Tales the Jedi from Dawn. Tales for... So a lot of people Tales. I do see a couple Andor, though. And that's what's up. Andor from Smalls. Alright. Andor hype. Tales brand new. Andor we've already seen a lot of. So, I mean, we've kind of seen a lot of the Clone Wars, too. But don't get me wrong, man. Tales of the Jedi is some very new stuff. Young Dooku. So the cool thing I saw today involving Young Dooku, Tales of the Jedi. Tomorrow, if you go to Galaxy's Edge, which I know the off chances that you're going to Galaxy's Edge on a Wednesday, right? But if you're going to Galaxy's Edge soon, tomorrow they're actually releasing 2 brand new lightsabers that you can purchase there. One of them will be Count Dooku's blue lightsaber from Tales of the Jedi that we see in tonight's episodes. The other one will be a Qui-Gon lightsaber that I thought was already out, but maybe it's a newer one that's more for the Tales of the Jedi. But again, a really cool blue Count Dooku lightsaber, which I think is pretty wild. You know, it's got the whole bend to it and everything. The blue lightsaber of Count Dooku and the Qui-Gon saber are going to be available tomorrow at Galaxy's Edge. And I think that's going to be so cool. I can't wait to go to Galaxy's Edge and see all the new sabers that they have, because it's been a while since I went. Small says, told ya I'm going to watch them both simultaneously. Dude, if you can pull that off, just like one eye watching over here with the other one, that's the way to do it. That's the way to do it. Sheesh, says Feed Rocket. I know. Batu tomorrow? I mean, with how late I'm going to be up tonight, I should already just call my boss and be like, hey, not coming in tomorrow. I'm going to be going to Disneyland. I'm going to be buying a blue Dooku saber. I don't got money like that, though. Tremillion eyes and shit. Chameleon. You talking about that Renegon? You already know, my friend. So apparently Damon Lindelof, the creator of Lost and the HBO Watchmen show, is developing a new Star Wars movie. Okay, so there it is, Tim. The Damon Lindelof, the creator of Lost and the HBO Watchmen show, is developing a new Star Wars movie. Interesting. That actually kind of makes sense, weirdly. Just because JJ obviously was part of Lost and everything. Live reaction here of me finding out this. I don't know. Interesting. I've heard some interesting stuff about the HBO Watchmen series. In fact, my brother saw it today on HBO and he's like, is that the movie? And I'm like, no, that's the show. He's like, there's a show? And I'm like, yeah. He clicks on it and he goes, ah. I was like, yeah, man. I've actually heard a lot of people that have kind of just thought it's whatever, and then one of my homies liked it and then was like, it wasn't as good as it went on. So I don't know. I haven't given the Watchmen show a good enough chance. I'll tell you that. Read through this. I just saw Watchmen a few weeks ago. Alright, I'll click through it. Much love, Tim. 108. Hi. Andor, I'm watching my steak cook. Hey, make sure that steak is perfect. You know what I mean, Dale? Whichever way you like it. Baymax says there's one other piece of the originally released Andor concept art that we've not seen yet. Andor in a crashed A-Wing cockpit. Where could it fit, says Baymax. So, as we go on here, hopefully my computer can chillax. See, I pull up one article and my computer is just spazzing out. Can you guys hear me? No? What's happening? Am I? Okay. I opened one link. One link. I swear, man. Is it 11:50 p.m. Pacific Standard Time yet? Not quite. Alright, so I'm not going to read that article right now. But I don't even know where I was in the chat. Okay, hold on. To answer Baymax's question, there's another piece of originally released Andor concept art that we've not seen yet, showing Andor in a crashed A-Wing cockpit. Where could it fit? So I do think we're going to see Andor escape the prison, and I don't know how it's about to go down. But I think Luthen is going to help him get out at some point. I think Luthen could be the answer. That could be how we see Luthen's crazy lightsaber ship that I've been begging for every week. I think that's how we're going to see it, though, and whether he gets in that A-Wing in the escape, or maybe it's another job that he does for Luthen towards the end of the series. I think he's going to be doing something like that ends with him crashing in it, and that's kind of the whole. Maybe it was just concept art for the other scene where he's flying through the eye, but to your point, I do think that could be something where he ends up crashing or something towards the end. Another mission. Finale. Oh, whoa. My chat just glitched. Finale seems like for the crash. That's what I think too, Smalls. Soggy Quaver says, unrelated topic, but does anyone know what happens to the Inquisitors by Return of the Jedi? Like, does Darth Vader just massacre the last of them? Dude, that's a great question, Soggy Quaver. So, I gotta plug myself real quick because I do actually have an Inquisitor video. The thumbnail, I don't know if it's that great, but there's an Inquisitor video that I have on the channel that kind of explains it all. What ends up happening to the Inquisitors is most of them, to your point, actually do die from Darth Vader, but probably half of them. But the majority of them end up getting killed by either Darth Vader, Darth Maul, in the Malachor Rebels arc, or that's basically most of the people that get killed by them. Ahsoka does kill 2 or 3 of them as well, but yeah, most of them actually die off by the time of A New Hope, and Return of the Jedi. So there's actually no Inquisitors around by the time of A New Hope because they've kind of phased out and most of them have died by that point. Star Wars Rebels is actually the last time that we see them canonically, with the end of most of them in the Malachor arc at the end of season 2. Hey Dina, who's funding the new PC? Hopefully everybody. Shout out to Tim for the €5 super. I don't know why it didn't pop up on the screen, but much love, my brother. Thank you. I appreciate you, my friend. You're the GOAT. You are the GOAT. Kyber ship for the win. You already said it, my man. Steve Starenka says, man, I'm sending you a new computer. Please. It's a poor lonely Mac. It doesn't even have 16 gigabytes of RAM. How do I even stream? I have no idea. Thank God that we're able to. That's all I'll say. No, you're a GOAT, Tim. You're a GOAT. For real. Tim crashed the stream with the sub. Super chat glitched the stream. I didn't even notice. See? I didn't even notice.
Yeah, one time everybody was like sending money and it kept glitching out the stream. So definitely don't do that. Team Sheem Paradox Customs. No, please. I beg of you. I'm so hyped for tonight though, man. It's going to be a freaking good time. We're going to get out of here in the next 5 to 10 minutes. So any last questions that you have for the Andor episode 8 coming tonight and the 6 episodes of Tales of the Jedi, go for it. I'm going to try to keep it spoiler free, but at this time, spoiler warning. Anybody that wants to ask questions, put them into the chat, man. Put them into the chat. Shill! Yes, I am indeed a certified shill. I'm probably the least shilly of all the shills that you'll ever know. I love Star Wars, man. That's really what it is. I'm not afraid to say a Star Wars thing isn't as good as another Star Wars thing, but I just love it all. It's my thing. Soggy Quaver says the thing I want most in life is Kenobi Season 2 when he 1v1s Maul. Dude. Oh, you're speaking my language. You're speaking my language. If they had the balls to do that in Kenobi Season 2, oh, yes. Yes, talk about a rematch of the century. That's what we all want to see. Even if it's like a 5-second fight. I'm here for it. I love that, Soggy Quaver. You prefer Mac over PC? I don't. I bought a Mac when I started the channel. That was a mistake. I was trying to figure out what computer I should buy, and I just did not buy the right computer. I will say I do love my Mac. I love my Apple technology, as limited as it can be at times. It makes life easy at times too. When I want to send a thumbnail or create a thumbnail, I can find a picture and kind of set it up. Still takes time, but it makes my life a little less of a headache. Airdropping, doing all that stuff. I know that was okay. So I know that was in Rebels to Bets, but come on, man, just put in Kenobi Season 2. Come on. No, I don't have spoilers for episode 8 of Andor, so don't worry about that. I have no idea what's happening in Andor. You can even dislike stuff being a real shill. I'm just saying, it doesn't even make sense. I refuse to apologize for my enjoyment. Damn it. Well, I only have Max, so me too. No, I need a PC for the streaming though, for real. Just cause it helps. And yes, we definitely need to get some Battlefront going here. Team Sheev, Megalorians, Disney Shills. The Shills are taking over. Don't end the stream. No, I'm not. You should look into building a PC. It's a good time too. Okay. I will absolutely do that, Feed Rocket. I do need to look into it. It's just I'm like in the process of trying to move out. And also like I don't know. There's a lot going on in life, so I do need to look into building a PC finally though. So thank you for that, Feed Rocket. And everybody. Dude, I'm so excited though. I mean, to be getting 7 episodes of Star Wars in one night, it's unheard of. And I can't stress enough how, as a Star Wars fan, it's just a great time to be alive. Like, I look forward to these new episode drops more than almost anything during the week. And it's such a fun time to be able to stream it and watch it and do all of it here with you guys on the channel. You know what I mean? It's a freaking great time to be alive. Tim says, yes, you should go play some Battlefield. You're slouching. Alright. Look. Less slouching, but then I gotta like raise it. I get too comfortable in the chair, man. You just as well wear a sign that says, I promise to disappoint you. Well, there you go. Haven't had such a big drop since Visions. I feel like this is even bigger drop than Visions. Longer episodes for the most part. It should be kind of just as big. It's definitely going to be the latest night that we've ever had on the Vader's Lair channel. We're probably going to go for like 3 hours. You know what I mean? Was just playing Tarkov. My gamer tag is... Hey, there you go. Ash is itching. He's like, let's play some Battlefront. Less slouching, more hits. Oh no. Oh no. Nah, I can't. My back is all messed up. So, yeah. I apologize for the slouching. I'm going to get on out of here. Any last questions, throw them into the chat, but we're going to get on out of here, and I'll get my slouching off the screen so I don't have to disappoint you guys. My neck itchy. Dude, me too. Actually, my arm is at the moment, but I'm watching the Axe Forgets. Bro, that episode is great. We're going to see some people die tonight. I got to put in my Star Wars Santa predictions. I completely forgot about those, so I'm going to go do that. And if the puppy is not being stolen, then go say hi to the puppy if it's around. Nathaniel Williams says, a pre-built is my first PC from NZXT, and I use it for my college as well. That's what's up, my guy. I definitely got to look into a few. I've seen some on Amazon, but I don't know if Amazon is really the way to go. It's probably more of a pre-built route. So if I want to build it from scratch, we'll see, man. If Vader was to show up again, where would you want him to appear? I would want Vader... If they did a Kenobi Season 2, I would want him in that. I don't know what they could put him in, though, right now. Like, of all the projects and things they're working on, Ahsoka could be really cool to see in a flashback, potentially, where it's the two of them fighting, you know, with the Malachor Temple and all of that. So, that would be my choice, to see, like, a flashback of that in live action, getting the helmet slit again, like we did in Kenobi, and, of course, in the actual Rebels episode and everything. It's just I would do it. Cheating on puppy Daisy, hey, the more the merrier. Bring Daisy over. Ashhammer says, I hope Dooku's thing that fully made him leave the Jedi Order was killing Yaddle, and I hope that we see it. That would be wild. That would be wild. I guess we'll have to see. I'll tell you this. I hope Yaddle's a badass, and she seems like she definitely is. My question for Tales of the Jedi before we get out of the stream. Before we get out. Well, we see Grogu. I mean, Grogu was around in the Jedi Order. He was around in the temple at this time, as we know. Do you guys think that we could see Grogu? Maybe even what happened to Grogu in Tales of the Jedi? Just a question to leave you with. But I'm going to get on out of here. I'll see you guys at 11:30 for the start of our watch parties tonight. We're going to kick it off with Tales of the Jedi first. Much love to you guys. 74% said that they're going to be watching Tales of the Jedi first. I'm going to end that poll. But that's out of how many votes? 31 votes. 74% said they're going to be watching Tales of the Jedi first. That's what's up. I love the love for Star Wars animation. Alright, y'all. I'm going to get out of here. See you in a few. I'm going to stop my computer from glitching, which is definitely not possible at this point, but I'm going to get on out of here. I'll see you guys at 11:30, and then hopefully around 1:45, 2 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. We're going to kick it off with Andor Episode 8. See y'all there, though. Hope if you guys aren't going to be there later tonight, I hope you have a great night, and may the Force be with you always. Much love to everybody in the lair, and peace.